of the FCC, and it acts like the IRS does as a bludgeon for the U.S. government. The running of the FCC should be changed. It should be run by Congress, and it should be run independently away from the United States government, and the people should not be appointed the way they are. They should evolve internally after the initial amount of people are put in place. So, if the chairman goes out, well, somebody else who's employed there goes up. And there should be a rule that once you leave any government entity, you can never, after you retire, go to work for anything or body that you have been a regulator over. In other words, if someone works for the FCC and they work there 8 years or 28 years and they leave their job, they cannot go to work for a bank, an insurance company, or particularly a stock exchange company. They got to go do something else. And that kills that, making all the contacts, not prosecuting, because the guys you want to prosecute or should prosecute are the ones that are going to hire you 2 years from now. And you're going to jump from $60,000 a year to $600,000 a year. You don't want to screw that up. We're going to kill all that. We can't allow that to happen. And it's not only there. The Federal Drug Administration, and on and on. It should not be allowed that people can work for government and then retire or leave their positions and then walk into a position with a private corporation in an area that you regulated. I think that's extraordinarily important. And Senator Levin was talking about that today. Whether he'll do anything about it, I don't know. One of the things that did come out today and was that Madoff had taken quite a bit of money from the Russian mob, known as the Russian Mafia, and that's why they have guards over him all the time, because they think the Mafia is going to kill him. And they probably will. If they don't get him there, they'll get him in prison. And so I think his goose is cooked. He ain't going to be around very long. And, there has to be honor among thieves, I guess. And we saw Harry Markopoulos, and he was after the FCC for years. Had long conversations with them. They wouldn't prosecute. You know why? They were in on it. And a whole bunch of people in government were in on it. And they're not going to, they don't want it exposed. That's why all of these bonuses were given out at AIG and to keep them shut up. The CIA front money laundering operation. They're a bunch of criminals. The Bushes, the Clintons, they're all involved. Now, that's the kind of government we got. That's the kind of people we got in this country. But they have opened the window of opportunity, and in so doing, they're going for it. World government, world currency, subject the people, enslave us, and they are going to lose. And when they lose, they're going to have to forfeit their lives, because that's what's going to happen. Because when the public finds out, in every country in the world, what these people have been doing to them, I wouldn't give 5 cents for their lives. Because I know what mobs are like. And that's what's going to happen. And I hate to say that, but that's what's going to happen. Another question for the very famous Golden Diva. Do you think the recent action in gold and silver markets foretell knowledge by the commercials that they anticipate dreadful news in the weekend? And the answer is no. Because the commercials are short. And they're short big. Probably 175,000 contracts, which is double their normal 95,000, more or less. And I didn't even see last week's figures. Yeah, I did. They were up. I think the record is 225 to the short side. They're going to get buried. The investment demand is absolutely enormous. And it's not going to stop. People want to get rid of currencies. I mean, you have the Russian ruble. I mean, they just can't control it. People are panicking. It'll happen in every currency, perhaps with the exception of the Swiss franc. And there'll be a few others that I can't think of at the moment, but some of them won't do too badly. He also says, and this is from Joe, Fridays are great up days, and Mondays are usually sold off. The reason for that is that the plunge protection team, the working group in financial markets, which is part of our government by executive order, they get together on Friday and Saturday to decide what are we going to do. And they're going to say, well, we're going to take the market up 100 points. We'll take the FTSE, the CAC, and the DAX up the equivalent percentage-wise. Gold was up on Friday, let's say $17. Let's take it up. Let's take it down in TOCOM like 8 in it. Hello?
Yes, the music starts even though we're talking.
No, I don't want to have
Hey, when they
want
to go to break, there's no stopping them. And thank you for joining us this afternoon. You're listening to Financial Survival, sponsored by Discount Gold and Silver Trading. I'm Melody Peterstrom, and we're here with Robert Chapman of the International Forecaster. And, Bob, I didn't know if you want to finish your comments from prior to the break, as time was short, or if you would like to just continue.
No, I'll let me give the information, and then I'll come back to it. I know exactly where I was. The International Forecaster is about business finance, business finance, economics, and social and political issues all over the world. We produce the publication by email on Wednesdays and Saturdays, about 35 pages or so each time. And then we have a hard copy that goes out twice a month to those who are not on the Internet. The site that we have on the Internet is very interesting. Lots of people visit it, several 100,000 people a month. And if you'd like to go and see that address is theinternationalforecaster.com. The International Forecaster, FORECASTER.com. Or if you'd like to email us with a question, that address is international_forecaster@yahoo.com. international_forecaster@yahoo.com.
800-375-4188 for your complimentary issue to the International Forecaster. And, of course, don't forget your gold and silver coins. Direct discount gold and silver trading is so important, folks. These coins are going to go crazy. They're going to disappear. And, again, your selection, you're going to be stuck with the only thing that's available out there. And, of course, owning gold will be good no matter what, but at least if you purchase now, at least you get your choice, and you get a good variety of coins. There's some coins, the fractional pieces, they've pulled back. They haven't done anything. So you can pick up a couple of good buys in the lower grade fractional pieces. But for the most part, stick with the 20s, and because you certainly want to get, you get a few less coins. You don't have all the separate coins for the same amount of money or more. So you want to stick with the 20s until they disappear. 64s are available. Most of your Saints are available. And, of course, the pickings are slim in the 61 20 Liberties, and 62 20 Liberties are slim pickings. So the 63s, they're selling at over $2,000, close to $2,050. You have the 64s, they were they were a long time, took a long time for them to get off the ground. They're selling for almost $2,400 now. And so the coins, they're going to catch up. And the reason so many, and you know what, Bob, you're right. You know, we'll be trading these coins out and going to bullion as long as there is bullion available. And then if there isn't, we keep them. But that's what happened to these $20 gold pieces. That's why they got such a bad reputation, because back in 1990, 89, and 90, they should have been telling their customers to sell their gold pieces and purchase bullion at that time. Because, I mean, my goodness, you had 64 $20 Liberties selling for $5,000, and bullion gold was like at $500.